Hey everyone, welcome back to FS22 on No Man's Land. This is where I'm a manager in the series and I take a barren piece of land and turn it into something that's habitable and thriving with life. There's also been some setbacks, such as the council not approving some of the buildings that I want to make, and also some people that have actually been living here on this barren piece of land since it has been uninhabitable. And they are some people that I actually ran into in the last episode, but here you can see that I'm just kind of cracking on, doing my own thing to kind of win them over and make them part of this town. So you might not have seen this piece, but I actually created and built a sawmill, and I also bought some horses to help move the wood in the forests after it's been felled, which I will show you later. And I also purchased this massive tractor to actually help move around some things, some of the heavier things such as trailers and stuff. Also a lorry to help move all the hay and straw that I need for these horses. So here's me transporting it, and as you can see, this is where the sawmill is and the pasture for the horses. I then spent some time actually flattening the ground around the pasture because everything had moved to be a little bit weird, so I just kind of flattened it out and tried to find an area with some space for some storage sheds and things like that. And then I bought some more horses because one definitely isn't enough for the job that these horses need to do, which is transporting all the wood. I then constructed a shed to keep all the hay, straw and feed nice and dry, and also made sure that there was a nice path, an area in front that wasn't obstructed by some grass and stuff. Then I started offloading everything because there is a lot of things that are needed to feed these horses to make sure that their work is good and they get what they deserved afterwards. So here is me just transporting even more hay and straw. You will see how much that actually gets transported because these horses go through a lot, and I just spent some more time just evening out the land, making sure that it was worthy to get the lorry on and things like that. Then I started making the construction of the town. This took actually a couple of weeks to get all done. But I wanted to make sure that the town looked the way that I wanted it to as well, and that when I walk through it, it looks really nice and aesthetic, and it has all the room and uses that the people that live here will need. Under that little arch will be a market, which I first put the fish stall in, and then next to it I put a church, and this is what it looks like when I just walk down it. I think it looks really nice, but a little bit dark, so I did make sure that a few lights were inputted so it kind of lit up the street so they didn't look as scary in the night time. And obviously I need to clean up the road a bit so it looks a bit nicer, not random grass just spawning anyway. And I will make sure to build this in the next month as well, because I didn't get everything that I wanted to done and all the buildings built, because I'm also currently building more houses in the little estate that we have separately from the town centre. At the moment there's only a fish market here because we only have the fish farms up and running at the moment. The crops are on their way, so Henri and Louis have both been working really hard on sowing the crops on the fields, and in this we will also be creating another field with the big tractor that we bought. This is also a restaurant, so this will be really nice for the townspeople to go to once up and running. I then moved on to April and went back to check the town in the daylight as well, to make sure that everything still looks good and everything was still running as expected. Obviously, because we have put these buildings on just random grass, there is still some grass there, but we will input some cobblestone for this town anyway, so that will all be removed eventually. While I was down this neck of the woods, I did go and double check on how the construction of the other houses were going, and they're not there yet. I feel like there was a slight setback, especially with the forest people being over this side. They might be slowing down the process with all the builders and things like that. I did a quick sweep of this area. Everything looks good here, nice and tidy. Henri's obviously keeping it very well kept. And then as you can see over here, there's all the construction, all the metal frames and some loos and some of the mixers and things like that you need to construct the houses. But this area is looking very good. I expect that the builders are quite tired from building all that town in such a little amount of time. I did also check up on the horses and make sure that they're all brushed and taken care of and are eating well. As you can see, this already starting to pluck away all the grass in the pasture, so I have to make sure that that is maintained and that they have enough food so that the grass doesn't become an issue. Then I replaced all of the dirt and the grass in the town centre with some cobblestone, which makes it look really nice and well finished. And I made sure that it was filled nice and evenly by the builders. It was in between all the buildings so that it just looked really nice and well put together. For the end of this, I did intend to go and create another field. However, there's a bit of a problem that we ran into. As you can see, because of all the building that I've been doing, the council have actually put blockades in the middle of the road, so any path I try and go down, they're just blocking my path. Obviously I can go around them, but I can tell that they're really not happy with me building any more buildings. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to do about this, because as you can see, all around every single path around the main area that I've been building and improving, they're just really not happy. So I might have to create more biodiverse fields instead of building any more, but I'm sure that there'll be a way around it. Once they know that I'm actually building a field for natural things, then I'm sure that they'll be fine with it. If not, please leave in the comments any suggestions that you think I can do to make sure that the council and government are happy with the next things that I'm doing. See what I end up doing in the next episode, but for now, hope you enjoyed and I'll see you next time. Bye!